President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Samoei Ruto fell out after the last general election. Many reasons were advanced as to why the two fell out, because very few people had actually anticipated the dynamic duo to fall out. There were those who believed that the two gentlemen fell out because the deputy president William Samoei Ruto was planning to impeach President Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's why Raila Odinga was brought on board to add or to save President Uhuru Kenyatta from impeachment. In fact, there were several other allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta who alluded to this. And then there were also those who were advancing the narrative that the president and his deputy fell out because of the untamed ambition of the deputy president William Ruto, who had actually started campaigning for the 2022 general election immediately after the last election. And there were also those who were advancing the narrative that the two gentlemen fell out because of businesses, that William Samoei Ruto was so much into businesses, including the ones which were previously being done by Kenyatta family. And they gave the example of energy sector. They gave the examples of even the NTSA and insurance. And then there were those like myself who believed strongly that between President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, there was nothing which was binding them ideologically. The two gentlemen were like day and night, and therefore they could not work together. But today, I can clearly tell you that President Uhuru Kenyatta engineered the removal of his deputy William Samoei Ruto to allow him plan for 2022 general election. And that's why he brought Raila Odinga. And Raila Odinga coming on board also helped him achieve some of his political objectives. And today in this country, there are talks that the president is actually betraying Raila Odinga. So in this video today, I want us to look at the reasons why President Uhuru Kenyatta is betraying Raila Odinga. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers on this channel, please, I want you guys to do me a favor, specifically on this particular video. Just give it thumbs up. And by the way, the website, our website is also up again, vuguvugu.com. So I want you guys to check on it, www.vuguvugu.com, and then give me any suggestions, anything you want us to improve on. It's still under development. We redesigned everything. Now let us get back to the main issue. In politics, I've always maintained here that nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that politics is also a very dirty game. The news that President Uhuru Kenyatta is planning to betray Raila Odinga is real. And it's intended to achieve political objectives. But let us go back to March 18th of 2018. Why do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga even had that handshake? These two gentlemen were sworn enemies. And the president, I think, was sworn into office again in January. So by March, the two gentlemen were already working together via the handshake. What do you think really happened between there? And why do you think the president reached out to Raila Odinga? In my considered opinion, the president reached out to Raila Odinga because he wanted to achieve certain political objectives. And those political objectives have been achieved. And probably the usefulness of Raila Odinga is no longer in existence in the minds of President Uhuru Kenyatta. And also on this platform, I've always opined that the handshake is what has sustained Raila Odinga, politically speaking, up to now. So the interest of Raila Odinga and the interest of President Uhuru Kenyatta was served via that particular handshake. And to their credit, Raila Odinga party, the ODM party, has always stated categorically that after the Building Bridges Initiative process is done and dusted, that would mark the end of the handshake. But why do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta is betraying Raila Odinga? 4 or 5 reasons. Number one is the central Kenya support, or the larger Mount Kenya support. President Uhuru Kenyatta must get the support of the larger Mount Kenya region by force, by fire. He must get that support. There is no two way around it. But how can President Uhuru Kenyatta gain the support of the larger Mount Kenya region? Now let me take you back to the handshake. After the handshake, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga were supposed to tour their strongholds. President Uhuru Kenyatta used the occasion of the handshake to tour Raila Odinga's stronghold. But in central or the larger Mount Kenya region, that never took place. It never took place because those who were advising President Uhuru Kenyatta told him something which personally, politically makes sense. That they allowed William Ruto to venture into the larger Mount Kenya region. And William Ruto got out with his support base. And it has been very difficult for them to remove those support from the deputy president. So allowing Raila Odinga again to go to central Kenya or the larger Mount Kenya region again, it meant Raila Odinga was also going to get out with some support base. So they were not ready for that. But there was an opportunity that the people of the larger Mount Kenya region are supporting William Samoei Ruto primarily because of Raila Odinga. The mere fact that President Uhuru Kenyatta shook hands with Raila Odinga is the reason why some of these people are still supporting William Samoei Ruto. There is no mistake President Uhuru Kenyatta has committed. This guy supported Uhuru Kenyatta 3 times, including 2 times during the last general election. And because President Uhuru Kenyatta was in handshake with Raila Odinga, these guys were unwilling to support him because they believed that the president wanted to endorse Raila Odinga. So the strategy has been developed now. Dump Raila Odinga. Then we have both Raila Odinga and William Ruto outside there. Then the president can now go to his people and tell them, I'm back. But because politics is about interest, Ruto and Raila will see sense of working together because they'll be betrayed. And the moment Ruto and Raila will work together like this, that's the moment central Kenya will depart from William Samoei Ruto. And they will go straight to President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's the game plan. Number 2, I think it's also about unleashing the surprise candidate for 2022 general election. If there's something which Kenyans must monitor very closely, is President Uhuru Kenyatta's surprise candidate. The president told Kenyans that his candidate for 2022 will shock them. So far, I've not seen any shock. Uhuru Kenyatta endorsing or supporting Gideon Moi is not a shocker. Uhuru Kenyatta supporting Musalia Mudavadi is not a shocker. Uhuru Kenyatta endorsing Musalia Mudavadi is not. So who is this surprise candidate? Could this candidate be Muhisa Kitui? Could he be Muhisa Kitui? So I think the president, by betraying Raila Odinga, is telling Raila Odinga, I'm not going to endorse you. And as a matter of fact, even me, if I were to advise Raila Odinga, that without the support of the president, he should not even attempt to contest. Because it won't make sense. Without the system, it won't make sense for Raila Odinga contesting. And because Uhuru Kenyatta is now telling him, I'm not going to support you, it will give Uhuru Kenyatta an opportunity to unleash this surprise candidate. Let us wait and see. Number 3, and this might look far-fetched, but it's not. There could be plans to extend the term of President Uhuru Kenyatta stays in office, or even create a conducive environment for President Uhuru Kenyatta to run again. Simple. I know you might not get it, but let me try to explain. The former Chief Justice, Justice David Maraga, issued an advisory opinion over gender role. And that advisory opinion advised that Parliament, as currently constituted, is unconstitutional. And therefore, Parliament should be disbanded. And everybody should go home. That's what Maraga advised. President Uhuru Kenyatta is serving his second term in office. Was elected with the same parliament. Probably someone will go to court. Or they are looking at the legal provisions. And their legal team probably has advised them that the president can still run if the parliament is dissolved. So that we won't be surprised if one day President Uhuru Kenyatta will just wake up and invoke the Chief Justice advisory opinion and dissolve parliament. And once he dissolves parliament, the question would be, what about President Uhuru Kenyatta's term in office? Has it come to an end or not? Someone will advise that the president's term in office has not ended because the parliament was unconstitutional. So the president will then be allowed to contest afresh. And being with Ruto would have meant that Ruto was going to continue serving as his deputy. And Ruto is ambitious. What about Raila Odinga allowing President Uhuru Kenyatta to extend his term in office by another 3 years? Raila will not allow that because age is not on his side. So the president has done away with these two gentlemen to allow them. I want you to think. I'm not a legal mind. I'm trying to interpret these things from a political lens or political perspective. So I'm looking at it from that angle. So he's now working with these regional leaders to help him in case where Ruto ameenda, whether these guys can give him votes. Where Raila ameenda, he can get a few using people like Joho, using people like Kingi, to get coastal votes. Musalia Mudavadi can deliver for him Western. I don't know what you think on that. But I'm just thinking. I could be wrong. But it could be. Number 4, divide and rule tactics. This has worked severally before. You just divide this guy, you divide that guy, you continue working. Ruto ndio wakosema, okay, I remove him, bring Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga comes on board. Okay, he comes with his team. Okay, I go into handshake with him. The team is out. Raila feels comfortable. They feel the team wako kwa baridi. Okay, Raila's, you monitor the way Raila is behaving. You realize, okay, this guy is now a bit old. He's okay. You remove Raila Odinga a bit. You bring the team. The team feel confident that now you've helped them win 1 seat here, 1 seat there. Yeah? Now they feel they are men enough. Okay, you pick a phone call to Kingi, to Amason, to Governor Joho. You bring them to State House. Yeah? They come. So they feel, okay, this is power. So we can do without Raila. So it's basically divide and rule. Lastly, I'm also convinced that President Uhuru Kenyatta is using Raila Odinga's betrayal to scheme for his own succession politics in the larger Mount Kenya region. William Ruto is out of the picture. Raila Odinga is out of the picture. So we now have President Uhuru Kenyatta. So I think now he can tell the people of Central Kenya that I want you guys to help me identify the person who will succeed him. Because previously, there were camps. Mwangi Kiunjuri, Moses Kuria were viewed as Watu wa Ruto. Peter Kenneth and the rest were viewed as Watu wa Raila. So the president, having kicked out these two gentlemen from around him, he can now focus on identifying the right successor in the larger Mount Kenya region. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. But the next video I want to do is what next for Raila Odinga after the betrayal. What are some of the options available for Raila Odinga after the president's betrayal? I want you guys to help me on that. I want to read your comments on what next for Raila Odinga after the betrayal, the options he has. I want to read those comments in the next 1 hour before I work on that particular video. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.